This is the Secured Entrepreneur Show, and I'm your host, Aurorah Dey. Welcome, and thank you for joining me here for the 8th episode of the Secured Entrepreneur Show. Today, I'm going to talk to you about your limited liability company's tax classification. Have you made the choice between partnership taxation and corporate taxation? Many entrepreneurs are still neglecting to take advantage of this very vital option given to limited liability companies by the Internal Revenue Service. I'm Aurorah Dey. Protecting your business starts before you open for business. In episode 7, we talked about how an LLC has a pass-through tax status, which aids in eliminating the double taxation that is often accrued by corporations. So now let's talk about the C and the S corporation elections that are available options to a limited liability company. First, you need to know that a corporation is treated like a separate taxpayer. It files a tax return and pays tax on any profits. If it distributes any of the profits to its members, those profits are taxed again. Therefore, in many cases, entrepreneurs choose partnership taxation. One of the methods to avoid double taxation is to pay all profits to the members as a salary, which is deductible, and the corporation has no profit on which to pay tax. Your LLC can elect to be taxed as a corporation. Most entrepreneurs will not choose this. However, many do find that being taxed as a corporation actually reduces their tax bill. So if your endeavor is to keep money in your business rather than paying out all of its profits to the owners, there is a little savings because corporate tax rates are initially lower than the individual rates that are available to most LLC owners. Now, if your LLC elects to be taxed as a C corporation, it will act as a separate taxable entity, and yes, it will face the possibility of double taxation if the income is distributed to business owners as dividends, which would be considered personal income. Tax on corporate income is paid first at the corporate level and then again at the individual level on dividends. But if your LLC elects to be taxed as an S corporation, it will still act as a pass-through tax entity. There will be no income tax paid at the corporate level, as all profits and losses of the business are passed through and reported on the owner's personal tax returns. Oh, but here is the nugget. An S corporation is only allowed to have 100 shareholders, all of whom must be U.S. citizens or residents or certain types of trusts and estates. So before you decide on an election, you really want to know what your long-term plans are for your company. Do you plan to stay small because it's easier for you to handle and control, or do you plan to eventually become a very large company? You'll learn a whole lot more about the pros and the cons, along with all of the significant restrictions that come along with these elections in the LLC Basics course that will be available to all of you shortly at AurorahDayConsulting.com. All right, I'm ready to get into the next episode. So please feel free to leave your comments and questions and subscribe here on iTunes and visit me, Aurorah Dey, on Google+, as well as AurorahDayConsulting.com. That's AurorahDey Consulting.com. Until next time. With Aurorah Dey, you are secured.